All right, what's up, you guys? Hello, can you see me? Okay. I hope you guys can see me. I'm gonna have to lay back. I wanted to get on this video and speak what's on my mind. I think it's 1 o'clock in the morning right now, but I did have a message that I wanted to speak on. So the message is about recreating our minds to live in heaven, bringing heaven on earth. But we only see earth through our eyes, through our physical eyes. But before that, our minds have to perceive what we're looking at. Like if you're looking at a butterfly, you see it with your physical eyes, but your mind is translating messages to your visual senses, and then you automatically know, like, okay, I'm looking at this. What is this? Butterfly. It's like a spiral, like a recycling session, and you perceive it as beautiful. The colors of the butterfly could be red, purple, orange, whatever it may be. You know that. So what I found out just a few moments ago, and I'm like, oh my God, I've got to get on video and record this. I was just writing it down and was just planning on recording when I got off work, but I'm like, no, this has to be recorded. So that way I don't even have to go and write everything down and slow my thoughts down. I can just, get it all out. Heaven on earth in the Bible. Yeah, if you guys know me, I'm not a Christian, I'm not religious. I support and I don't mind indulging in any and all religions itself. I'm free. I'm a free spirit. So the verse in the Bible where it speaks about bringing heaven on earth, those people back then in the Bible were praying for that specific thing because they wanted to feel free. They wanted to feel at peace. But where do feelings come from? Ourselves, our emotions, the way we think, the way we perceive things. So if I'm praying, you don't receive because you don't ask. So they asked for peace, for heaven on earth. And to them, a lot of people in the Bible, to them, heaven was this worldly, out of body source or out of body experience. But I'm here to tell you it is all in. It's all within you. Heaven is you. Or hell could be you. You have to understand we are all given the choice. Now, naturally, we want to live in heaven. So we want to live in peace. So when we feel depressed or angry or we're going through situations on this earth physically, and we start to perceive it as being stressful or too much to bear, that's why in the Bible it talks about when Jesus made comments about take my yoke, for it is light and easy, a light burden. So essentially saying that going his way will lead you down to a way of thinking that's easy, that's simple, that's peaceful. So not necessarily believing in a man named Jesus, but believing in your own ability to reshape, reprogram the way you think and your mind itself. Now, let me take this earphone out. Now, with that being said, now that we know that we have the ability to transform our physical environment with our internal environment, and our internal environment can be heaven. So if we have heaven within us, that's why they call it the body, your body is a temple. Well, what if that temple is like what is described in Revelations, the streets of gold, the gates and everything? Like, what if these are all interpretations of different places in the mind or in the body and spirit? What if it's just interpretations of the body parts itself? The works of our hands, the works of our eyes, our mouths, our nose, our ears. If we are all using them to their max, to their max capabilities, it's probably, I'm pretty sure it's way more to our existence than we are told. So there may be more to the message about your body being a temple. Why is it telling us to take care of our body? I'm pretty sure the Bible wasn't just, or the Quran, or whichever source that you guys may have heard, some of these similar verses or parables from. But I'm pretty sure any of the religious books don't encourage us to take care of our bodies, to have a six-pack, to have to have like big biceps or calf muscles or a big butt. Like, honestly, think about this. Think for yourself. Why is life trying to tell us to take care of our bodies? Why is it trying to really like pound that into our way of thinking? Again, love is not biased, so it's not finna, life is not finna, universe is not finna to tell us to take care of our bodies so we can look buff. That doesn't even make sense, if you're naturally aware. But what would make sense is, okay, take care of my body because my body is actually more capable and useful than what I think it is. Maybe it's more to my body that I'm not even aware of. Maybe my body can do things that I haven't yet seen or experienced or felt. Maybe you guys have the ability to feel where money is coming from, to feel where you should be working, to feel what activity you're good at doing, to feel what note you should be playing when you're into music. Like, you just do not know. But again, it starts with the mind, bring heaven down from earth. So in Revelations, I recall it also talks about, preparing for the bride. Now, because it's going to be a new world. Well, we all have came from the old world, the old gospel or whatever, because we all have to die. We all have to go through, potentially the story of Jesus, how they described he died and resurrected. But he was such a good person, right? But he still died. So let's use common sense, or let's just use sense, period. Our sixth sense at that. No matter how good you are, because I'll never forget, I heard a voice a year ago, and it said positivity has nothing to do with it. And this is one of my like out of body experiences. I was definitely high, and we'll get into this to a whole nother video about how using the effects of being high in the most beneficial way. But that's one thing I'll never forget, because it's very important. And it just said it plain as day. Positivity has nothing to do with it. I wasn't thinking about anything. I think I was trying to think positive, going through a lot of things in my own life as far as the way I was thinking. And it just dawned on me like, okay, I need to stop trying to fix everything that has already happened. The past is the past. I'm here right now in the present, preparing for my future. The bride is the future. And if we die and then are resurrected, that's also the future. Resurrection is the future, because if you're resurrected, that means you're going from what once was. And if you were alive and you got resurrected, that means you died at some point. So the future was you were resurrected. So therefore you are living again. but this is another phase. This is a higher elevated place. So dive a little deeper. I don't know if you guys ever play, I think it's like a video game or something that really could like support of what I'm really finna drop on you guys. But in a sense like this, if you ever died and came back to life, you know, normally they talk about this in the afterlife, and I think Nicki Minaj actually quoted this in one of her very, very old songs. And yes, I am a huge Nicki Minaj fan. One of her songs was, what was that song called? Give me like 1 second. Nicki Minaj, Here I Am. Yeah, Here I Am. And in that song, because it was so many years ago, and even that whole feeling of like nostalgia for me back then, at that point, I remember I was laying on my bed, like it was a totally different era. Like, oh my gosh, like if I just think about it now, like wow, that was a totally different timeline. Like that was a whole different version of me. You can definitely say you have died many times in this life and came and resurrected, because it's true. Like from the age of 9 to like 16, there has definitely been many deaths and rebirth in the midst of that age, you know, the age gap, because you grow, and as soon as you grow and learn something new, you have, obviously something had to be left out, because if you learn that 1 + 1 is 2, you know, then you learn, okay, instead of just adding 1 + 1, what if I just, you know, come up with a different way of adding? What if I come up with a different way to calculate 1 + 1 = 2? So when you find out that new method, obviously you're going to trash the old method. Let's make a better example. I say 10 times 45 is 450. Okay, I'm in the old way of thinking, because I know that 10 times 44 is 440. So I would know that I'll just have to go up one number. 10 times 45 is 450. Okay, now let's jump into the new method way of thinking. I know now that anytime I see 1 and 0, the number 10, all I have to do is take the amount of zeros and add it to the end of the opposite, the other number. So 450 came from that 1 0 in the number 10, and I just added it to 45. So I don't even think about, oh, okay, only reason 10 times 45 is 450 is because I'll go up a number from 10 times 44, which is 440. So instead of me just trying to add 10 to every freaking number, I know, take 1 0 out, add it to the, you know, the highest number. So, and you know, so on and so on. But that's just an example of the new way of thinking. Obviously, I've trashed the old. Same thing with us. When we grow, we have to learn how to grow and let go. When you get into a breakup, you don't hold on to that person and your way of thinking, like the things they did to you, the way they hurt you, how they lie, how they cheated, you know, how they talked down on you, how they abused you. You don't carry that on thinking you're finna get into a healthier relationship. Now, if you drop all that, if you go through that experience itself of disposal, if you go through the disposal process, which is trashing the negative aspects, and then go through the rebirth, if you allow yourself to die and come back, then you can learn how to position yourself for that healthier and new relationship. Let me check what time it is. So, and it's almost, I gotta get ready to get back to work. But I definitely was about to hit on a lot of things. And matter of fact, I'm going to make a part 2 to this, because this is very intriguing for me. Like, I'm enjoying watching myself speak on this topic. So I'm gonna get ready to go back to work. We're going to get back into this topic in like a couple hours, in about 6'5", whatever. I'm excited for you guys because I feel like, and I know if somebody is watching this, if you're watching this, I know you feel like the good energy right now, the new self, the new version of you that's getting ready to be birthed, because you feel like something is definitely dying within you. You feel like something is definitely being reprogrammed right now. Like, oh my God, I just learned something new. So did I, you know? So, all right, get to you guys later. Peace out.